Bartholomew's Bravery, the tale of a mouse and a cat. Once upon a time, in a diminutive village hidden beneath the towering trees of a vast forest, lived an assembly of lively, cheerful mice. The village bore the name Mousington, a haven built around towering toadstools, under the tangled roots of century-old trees, all safeguarded by a wall of carefully collected pebbles and twigs. At the heart of this little community was a brave, spirited mouse by the name of Bartholomew. One balmy summer's day, as a mellow sunshine spilled through the woodland canopy, Bartholomew and companions were collecting seeds near the village when they noticed a petrifying sight. Towering over the miniature world of Mousington, the silhouette of a vast and fearsome creature descended upon them, casting a shadow as dark as the longest night. This was the notorious creature they had only heard of in their oldest, most chilling tales, Clementine, the great cat. Clementine had a fur coat as fiery as the setting sun, eyes gleaming with a frightening mix of curiosity and malevolence, and fangs as sharp as thorns. The sight of Clementine's large, velvety paw descending from the sky sent every mouse into a frenzy, scurrying helter-skelter back to the safety of their homes. Yet, among the terror, Bartholomew, with a heart as brave as a lion's, didn't yield to fear. Bartholomew, with a glance full of determination, began to concoct a plan. Long days and sleepless nights followed, with Bartholomew poring over every tiny detail, meticulously considering the movements and habits of Clementine. Bartholomew often observed Clementine, tracking the sun's path to anticipate the great cat's daily habits and activities, jotting everything down on the large oak leaves that served as the mouse village's archival records. Finally, after days of scrupulous observation and strategic planning, Bartholomew devised a plan. A plan that was as ingenious as it was daring, a plan that would require the unity and courage of every mouse in Mousington. With an invigorating speech, Bartholomew rallied the village mice, instilling them with a newfound hope and a burning determination to defend their beloved village. With the determination of an army, the tiny mice began their preparations. Under Bartholomew's guidance, they collected materials from all around the forest, vines from the highest trees, sticky sap from the sweetest pines, and hundreds of the thorniest rosebush thorns. Over days of arduous labor, Bartholomew led the mice in crafting a net so strong, so sturdy, it could rival those woven by the cleverest of spiders. The day of reckoning arrived. As the morning light began to pierce the veil of the night, Bartholomew and the brave mice stood ready. The trap was set at the edge of Mousington, a tempting morsel of cheese serving as the bait. When Clementine, the great cat, emerged with the rising sun and spotted the cheese, curiosity piqued. The large feline began to approach, and every mouse's heart pounded like a drum in their chests. As Clementine reached the bait, Bartholomew gave a swift nod, and before Clementine could even touch the cheese, the vine net, adorned with sticky sap and sharp thorns, was hoisted up, entangling the great cat. Clementine, trapped in the thorny snare, howled and roared. But the more the giant cat struggled, the tighter and thornier the net became. Over the course of the day, Clementine grew exhausted, finally succumbing to the strength of the unyielding net. Bartholomew, standing at the edge of the village with his fellow mice, gazed at the trapped creature. Seeing Clementine's fiery eyes now filled with despair and confusion, Bartholomew realized that the great cat was not just the fearsome monster from the tales, but a creature of the forest just like them, driven by hunger and instinct. Then, with a bravery that surpassed even that of the bravest knights of human lore, Bartholomew approached the trapped feline. Clearing throat, Bartholomew addressed Clementine. Words of empathy, understanding, and a plea for peaceful coexistence echoed through the hushed forest. In return, Clementine, humbled and surprised by the courage and wisdom of the tiny creature, nodded in understanding. The mice, upon Bartholomew's signal, began to untangle the net, freeing Clementine. As the great cat shook off the last strands of the vine, those fiery eyes met Bartholomew's, this time not with malevolence, but with gratitude and respect. Clementine then slowly backed away, disappearing into the forest, leaving behind a Mousington that had fallen into a stunned silence. That day, Bartholomew's courage and wisdom not only saved Mousington but also brought about a change that the mice could not have fathomed. Stories of the brave mouse and the great cat spread throughout the forest, turning the tale of terror into one of unity and understanding. Bartholomew had proven that size and strength were not the greatest powers. It was unity, bravery, and wisdom that could turn even the greatest of foes into a friend. From that day forward, the mice of Mousington lived in harmony with the forest, including its formerly most feared resident, Clementine. The great cat, now an ally, often visited the outskirts of Mousington, bringing gifts of cheese and milk, and keeping other potential predators at bay. A statue of Bartholomew, standing tall and courageous, was erected in the village square, a constant reminder of the bravery and wisdom that saved them. In the end, Bartholomew's cunning plan, unity of the mice, and a newfound understanding between two different creatures not only saved the village of Mousington from a great terror but also brought peace to the entirety of the forest. It was a tale that would be passed down for generations, a story of a brave mouse, a great cat, and the extraordinary power of courage and understanding.